Good morning, everybody. It is a little bit after 8:15. We are dressed and ready to go to the baseball card show. I'm so excited to be able to go up there. It's been over 6 months since any type of baseball card show has come into my area. And so this is a show I usually go to every couple months, but obviously it's been shut down over the summer and spring. It's going to take me a little bit of a drive to get up there, but I'm going to stop at another town about halfway in between, and I'll hopefully stop at Walmart and we'll see if they have any of the new releases. I saw Topps Archives got released, and we'll see if they have any of that, and maybe if they have any Topps Chrome as well. But I'm very excited to go up to this baseball card show. I don't know what all these vendors are going to have. I don't know what to expect. I assume they've been kind of hoarding cards for the past 6 months like I have, without really a major outlet to sell them except online. But we will see what they have. I'll try to film while I'm in there, and I'm just really excited for the day, and I'm glad to be able to take you guys along with me, and we'll see how we do. So I'm going to drive to the Walmart that's about 30 or 45 minutes away, and then I will catch you guys when I get there. All right, good luck, guys. Okay, we're here at Walmart, guys, about 20 miles away from our destination or so, but we're going to run in here and see if they have any of the new releases. Obviously, my Walmart in my hometown has absolutely nothing. I'm about to make another video about that pretty soon, but nonetheless, we're going to stop in here. This is the Walmart that I found Topps Chrome for the very first time, and it usually is okay, and it doesn't get rated by some of those flippers and stuff. So if they have some more Topps Chrome, I may pick up some of that. Obviously, if they have the new Topps Heritage, I'll probably pick up a pack or so of that. And if for some lucky reason I run into NBA Chronicles, even though I don't know a lot about it, I may grab that as well, just because I know how hot of an item that is. So I'll try to film in there, and I will show you what they have. All right, so not too bad, guys. You saw what I was able to find in there. I was able to grab a couple one-touches. I like to just have a couple of those on hand in case I pull anything really, really cool. I did grab one of these, I guess they're blaster boxes of Archives Baseball. They seem a little taller than the normal blaster box. To be honest, I've seen people opening this, but I haven't actually watched any videos of it myself. So I'll be excited to see how that goes. And then I grabbed one of the value packs as well. So just one blaster and one value pack. You can see the Topps Chrome was completely gone, and that's probably not too surprising considering it was 2 weeks ago when I found it in here first. So nothing fancy, no NBA cards, anything like that. I'm going to open this up on a future video. So from here, guys, I'm headed to the baseball card show. I'm super excited. Like I said, it's about another 20-minute or so drive, but whenever I get there, I will catch you guys on the next side of the video here. Okay, we're here at the baseball card show. It's at a kind of a convention center in a Holiday Inn Express. And I made it here. I'm pretty excited to see what people have. It's been running for about 30-45 minutes, so there should be quite a few people in there already. I'll try to get some footage just kind of the event so you can kind of see how it looks and how it's set up. I think there's supposed to be about 30 or 40 tables. Going into it, I'm not really sure exactly what I'm going to pick up. I like to look at some of just the singles and some of the, just kind of flip through some of those, look for some rookies and maybe some prospects. Usually the way I approach these card shows, I don't have the biggest budget, so I'm not going to go in there and drop $1,000, $500 like some people do. I usually bring, you know, $80, $100 in cash, because most of these people are cash only. And usually I walk out spending about $60 to $80, and that'll probably be my budget again today. But I'm super excited. Haven't seen some of these guys in a long time, and they're pretty cool people, and I'm just pretty anxious to see what type of cards they have, because if they're like me, they've been sitting on them for 6 months without too much to do with them. So I'll catch you guys in there. Hopefully I can film some just to give you a little piece of the action, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. We'll see you. All right, guys, here we are. We're at the show. We got all sorts of Bowman. We got graded cards. We got everything in here. There's been so many dealers. So many people through here. Picked up some cards from this guy. Had a whole bunch of autos. One of my favorite guys over here. There's my man with supplies. There's so many people, and then it even spills out This is the craziest I've ever seen this. We've got guys all the way down here. We got some oddball Star Wars stuff. Guy back there who's the nicest guy ever selling St. Louis Cardinals stuff. And I mean, it even comes back through here. Just amazing. So this is the craziest it's ever been, guys. I'm going to do a recap back in the car. Okay, guys, I'm back in the car. I have spent, let me look at the clock, about 3 hours in there. That was the most insane amount of people I've ever seen in that show. Holy smokes. It's like everybody has just been cooped up so long. They had apparently plenty of money to spend. Oh, wow. There were so many people in there, a lot of awesome people I hadn't seen in a long time. Got to chit chat with some of my old buddies and meet some new people as well. So I was able to stay under my limit. I think I was close to the $80 or $90 mark. I'll show you what I got when I got back home. But oh man, I was talking to one of the dealers in there and he's like, man, I bet there's been over $100,000 spent in this room in the last 3 or 4 hours, because it was absolutely nuts. There was a guy next to me at one of the tables who deals with pretty high-end stuff. I mean, he gets cases and cases of Bowman, and then he gets it all graded. And he said that he was up to like in the tens of thousands that he'd already sold just today. So it was absolutely bonkers in there. I obviously didn't go that crazy, but I'll be more than happy to show you what I got when I get home. I'm actually going to stop at a Target. There's one Target here in town. Highly doubt that there will be anything, especially with all these baseball card people in town. But I will. I'll give it a shot, and if there's anything, I'll film it. And if not, the next time you catch me, I might be back at home, and I'll do a little recap. So, whew, that was a long time in there, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. All right, guys, we're going to try Target. Probably a no-go. All the college kids are back in town. Everyone going to Mizzou. I'm sure there's nothing here, but I'll let you know what we see. All right, guys, so total bust in Target. I got it up close and personal here at the old Taco John's, getting me some food. I'll catch you guys when I get home. Okay, everybody, I'm back home. Gonna do a quick recap here. Well, it won't probably be too quick, but I'm gonna show you what I picked up at the card show. You saw me grab the Topps Archives and the Value Pack and a couple of the One Touches at Walmart in the first town that I stopped at. And then at the card show, man, it really didn't get reflected in the video that I showed you, because when I actually walked through the show and took you through all the tables, that was like the lowest populated point. That was about time everyone was at lunch, and there were, man, probably 3-4 times as many people pretty much the whole morning. It was just insane. And so anyway, I did a little breakdown here. I calculated it up. I think I spent $84, which is about in my typical budget. I'm just not a person who's really comfortable dropping hundreds and hundreds of dollars, or as you heard, some people were dropping thousands and thousands of dollars in there, and that's just not really my style. So if other people can do that, I mean, that's great for them. I'm not showing any judgment on anybody, but I try to keep it in the $100, $80 to $100 limit. So and the first guy I stopped at was a real good guy to stop at first. He had a lot of cool cards. He loved to talk about baseball and card shows, and he gave me a lot of information on shows in the St. Louis area. But I did pick up these cards for him. This Nate Pearson Clubhouse Collection from Topps Heritage, the jersey patch. He had a $5 price tag on there, but you'll see he gave me a pretty good deal. See, he said up front he'll take 20% off. This card, which I have purchased on my channel before, you've seen me find this at a flea market for $5, and he had this one also for $5. It's a Trevor Story rookie card. This is the short print version from Topps Update, I believe. It had a little bit of a soft corner up here. You can't really tell. There's a little white on the corner up there, but still, I'm kind of growing on the Trevor Story bandwagon. But so to get his short print rookie card for $5, that is a nice find as well. And then he had a whole stack of autographs, and so I grabbed 2 of these. Sam Howard. Now they're just sticker autographs from Topps Pro Debut from last year, or Spencer Howard, Pro Debut, and I believe he is the young man who is the #1 pitching prospect for the Phillies. Just got called up, Spencer Howard. He's pitched a couple times already, and he's okay. He hasn't quite, lit the world on fire yet, but a lot of young pitchers are kind of in that same boat when they first come up. So Spencer Howard, to get 2 of his autographs as well, and he gave me a good deal. These were both priced at $6. The 2 cards over here were both priced at $5, and I think he just asked me for $15 total. So to get 4 cards, including a short print rookie, a relic, and 2 rookie autographs for $15, I thought that was a pretty nice deal on his part. So he's a super nice guy, and I'll definitely go back to his table whenever he comes back. And then while I was up there talking to him, someone else came up to him and said, "Hey, there's a pretty cool table out in the little, in the little annex area there in the hallway." And so I went out and hit up a couple of those. This guy had some Mike Trout cards that I necessarily didn't have. This is the guy who, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, he's not really a baseball card dealer. He's more of like a Star Wars, wrestling, WWE card dealer. And so he doesn't always, I don't want to say know what he has with baseball, because he does, but he's not someone who's going to be a hardcore baseball card collector. This is just, as a Kansas City Royals fan, this is one of the most iconic pictures in Royals history. Mike Moustakas falling over the railing in the playoffs. You can see there they're playing Baltimore in the first round of the playoffs in 2015, I believe, maybe even 2014. Actually, I think it is 2014. And just an iconic photo for the Royals history. They made a bobblehead out of that. It's like impossible to find, the Mike Moustakas bobblehead. So this is the gold card, numbered out of 2015. Yeah, it was the 2014 playoffs. And then Jack Flaherty rookie. He gave me these for all $5. So to get 2 Mike Trouts, I'm working on getting all the Mike Trout Topps cards, just base Topps cards, from 2011 all the way through the end of his career, hopefully. And so to get these 4 for $5, I thought was a nice deal. But yeah, this guy is not really as much of a baseball card dealer. So I always like to look through his stuff, because sometimes he has really good cards that maybe he doesn't always know are the best deal. And sometimes you can get a pretty good deal. He's the one who had the Mookie Betts blue rookie card in just like a regular sleeve that one year, not even in a top loader, not even in a case or anything. So I spent $5 on that guy. There's another young kid out there. He was just brand new. You could tell he'd never been at a show before. He had his cards in his binders, which, you know me, I love my binders. So I wanted to give him some business. I could tell he was brand new to the. I've never seen him at this show before, and he had a lot of more recent cards from 2017 and on, just in binders, and then he had some stacks of some cards as well. And so I picked up some. He mostly just had them in his binder, and then he had a little sticker on there like you would see, at a garage sale or something, those little stickers that said $1 or $2 each. And he's like, well, they're not all $1 or $2. And so I found a few that I would purchase from him. I believe this one was 50 cents. Asa Lacy, who was the first-round pick of the Kansas City Royals. So as a Royals fan, I grabbed that one out of Texas A&M. He had this Mike Trout All-Star Game MVP insert, which he said was also 50 cents. That's from 2017 Topps. I might have had this already, but maybe not. But for 50 cents, I said, why not? He had the Eric Hosmer rookie out of 2013 or 2011 Topps Update, which is obviously a famous set. I don't have this just because 2011 Topps Update is so hard to find, even though he's not with the Royals anymore. He had this Gleyber Torres Snowflake rookie card from 2018 Topps Holiday. I believe this was $2. The Hosmer was also $2. He had a $2 price tag on this, the Ronald Acuna rookie debut, which that's probably about what it's priced. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what it costs. Then he had Gavin Lux just in a stack of 2020 Topps, and he priced $2 on this, which I know it's definitely you'd be able to find this for less than $2 at a card show. But I went ahead and grabbed it from him anyway. And then he had this one, which I'm not really a big NBA fan, but Michael Porter Jr. did go to college at the University of Missouri, which is obviously close to where I live, and that's where the card show was in Columbia, Missouri. So I picked this one up, this Donruss Rookie Kings, and he's actually been playing pretty well here in the bubble lately. So these were all $2, and I don't know, some of those were probably not $2 cards, and so I ended up spending $11. I think he said these were all $2 a piece, and then $1 for these guys. So $11, probably a pretty decent deal. Maybe not the best deal I got all day, but I really like giving a chance to some of those younger people, some of those kids that you can tell that are just wanting to maybe get their feet wet in card collecting and selling and buying. And I felt, I don't know, it made me feel good to help that kid out, because you could just tell he wasn't the most experienced guy, but I feel like he gave me an okay deal, and I was more than happy to help him. So then I went to another guy who was also set up out there in the hallway, who was very experienced. He was closer to his table, and he had a lot of cool cards. He was willing to give a lot of great deals. This Bo Bichette, Anthony Kay, he had a couple of these Rookie Stars card. I didn't really buy a lot of Heritage this year for $1. He had the 2014 Mike Trout for $2. I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm going to try to build, like I said, build my top Mike Trout set all the way back to his first card at some point. The Snowflake rookie card here, or not rookie card, the Snowflake from 2017 of Mike Trout. That was like $1 or $2. The 2015 Mike Trout diving into the base, card number 300 from Series 1 in 2015. I recently just found this at the flea market, and I think it was one of my road trip videos, perhaps road trip number 3. And then this card, which was maybe my best purchase of the day from this guy, the 2012 Mike Trout second year card. A lot of people have been trying to get this card in a PSA 10 just because the 2011 Mike Trout is so out of everyone's price range. But this card, the 2012 Mike Trout, card number 446, I asked him how much he wanted for it since he didn't have a price, and he just said, how about $5? I'm like, okay, because you'll find, I'm going to show it in a recent video, or not a recent video, a future video here. I purchased this card on eBay just earlier this week, and I spent more than that. So I got all these Trouts, and he actually had this one in the metallic Snowflake, and I didn't end up buying it, and he quoted me a really good price on that as well. But he said he's always at this show, so when it comes back, I may purchase that card from him. But to get those 5, the 4 Trouts and the Bo Bichette rookie, that one was, I believe, $10. Yeah, that was $10 for all these. I mean, I would have paid $10 for probably just this card. So to get $10 price quote on these, I thought was an awesome deal, and that guy was amazing. Super nice guy. And that's just one of the reasons I love going to this show so much. Okay, I'm going to try to pick up the pace because I'm already at almost 9.5 minutes here. Inside, there was another guy who had a ton of autographs. You saw me in my little snippet of video there say I bought some autographs from this guy. He had some of them that you could tell he had for a while that had pretty high price tags, that were guys who were maybe big prospects in the past but aren't quite as much anymore. But then he had some younger guys. I picked up a couple young rookie card prospects, or not really rookie cards here, but prospects from Bowman Best. Nate Pearson for $10. This is a refractor. You can see how it's shining in the light. And then the Jesus Luzardo from 2018 Bowman's Best for $10 and $8. I thought that was an awesome deal. I almost picked up some other autographs. He had an autograph of Brady Singer, who's a rookie for the Kansas City Royals this year, for $8 as well. He had a Ketel Marte rookie card for like $12, and I almost went with that one, but I could tell I'd started, at this point I'd already bought all these other cards, and I was starting to get a little nervous that I was spending too much money, so I just paced myself, and I picked up these two, which I'm very excited about. I don't have a lot of autographs in my collection. And then he also just had a couple boxes of just cards that were, the 2020 Topps. He had a Topps Chrome box. He had the Topps Chrome from 2020 and 2019, and I was so close, man. Well, I'll tell you here in a minute. Here's what I picked up from him. He had a home run challenge card for Mookie Betts. I want to try to do the home run challenge this year. I haven't really done that yet. And these didn't have prices on it. The Kyle Lewis rookie card here, which obviously Kyle Lewis is insane right now. The Jesus Luzardo little Prism Refractor rookie card. These didn't have prices, and so I just gave them to him, and then he quoted me a pretty good price. The Yordan Alvarez, who's obviously out for the year now, but still the rookie. He had 2 Bichettes in his little, it was like a 3,200 count box. And then the Mike Trout, just because I don't have this one yet from Topps Chrome, and who knows if I'll see it again out in the wild. And so I gave him the 2 autographs, the Pearson and the Luzardo, which were quoted at $10 and $8 there. And then there's these just base cards. I don't think he had the Luis Robert in there, or if he did, it was already gone. He also had some 2019 Topps Chrome, and the guy who was at his table right in front of me, I saw, had already pulled out the Tatis and the Vladdy Jr., because he had both of those cards just sitting in his 3,200 count box. And the guy probably got a pretty good deal on those, because this guy ended up quoting me a price of $22. So $18 for these, and then just $4 for all these cards. Luzardo, Lewis, 2 Bichettes, Yordan Alvarez, the Trout. I thought that was a nice deal, and that was a super nice guy as well. He had a ton of cool stuff. I mean, somebody could have spent a ton of money at his table. Okay, by this point, I was almost done spending my money. I could tell I'd already spent quite a bit. And so there's a kid who had some really cool basketball cards. I'm not as much of a basketball savant, I guess you could say, but he did have a couple in his 50-cent box. Kansas City Royals pitching prospects, Kowar and Lynch, who were the next 2 probably Royals pitchers who will get called up to the major leagues at some point, if not this year, but next year. In the top 100, those were both 50 cents. And then 2 more home run challenge cards for Vladdy and Fernando Tatis Jr. So I spent 50 cents each on those, so $2. Not exactly the biggest purchase, but those are going to be fun cards to have. And that's part of the deal, you know. You don't always have to purchase the high-name cards. You just purchase the fun ones. This guy had a table next to a guy who just has like the high-end, like PSA 10, Bowman, big-time cards, like the cards that everyone is looking out for. And I just walked right by his table because I knew I couldn't hang. I wasn't going to be able to spend what it would take to purchase some of his cards. All right, we're almost done here. There were 2 more tables I stopped at. One is my almost favorite guy. One of my most, favorite people there because he's just so nice. And I've helped him out find some cards. He's helped me with some cool deals. And I just love talking to this guy. He had this Luis Robert, the man from Topps Finest this year. I didn't purchase any Topps Finest, but to get the rookie card of Robert, I believe he said this one was like $5. At least that's what he quoted me the price. And then I just found some other singles. Wander Franco from Minor League Heritage when he's with the Hot Rods there, Bowling Green Hot Rods. And then the John Diaz, which I don't have this card out of Bowman yet. I never pulled it when I found Bowman earlier in the year. The first Bowman Chrome of John Diaz. And then the first Bowman Chrome of Brett Beatty, who was the first-round pick of the Mets. This is from this is from Bowman Draft from last year, and I didn't really get any Bowman Draft, just 1 pack. So he said, yeah, these are like $1 a piece, which they probably would probably go on eBay for more than that. And he said, this is $5. So he just said $8. And then we had just talked about some of the guys that he was investing in and some of the guys. I'm like, yeah, because he's been a big guy on Josh Young lately. And even back to the shows the last couple of years, he was big on Josh Young. He's like, here, take a couple more Josh Youngs, man. That way if he hits it big, we'll both make it out as rock stars. Because I bought a few Josh Young cards just after talking to him because he was so high on him. So he just threw these 2 in for free just because he's an amazing dude to work with. So $8 for all of this, I thought was really cool, and that guy just continues to be an absolute pleasure to deal with, and I just love going up to his table. Even though I don't always spend maybe the most money, it's just fun to talk to him, and he's just a cool, down-to-earth guy. And then the last table that I stopped at, well, actually, I stopped at the guy who has supplies and bought card sleeves for $1. He was already sold out of the top loaders. Top loaders are almost impossible to find, I think, right now for a lot of people. But anyway, the other table is a guy that is from my area, kind of, and he also goes up to this show and always sets up. And so I always talk to him because he kind of knows some of the same people I know, being from the area that I'm from. And he had a little display of Bowman still, of 2 blasters and then a bunch of these value packs that he said his son had found way back in the spring at a town that's like 2.5 hours away from me, so I've never been to this Walmart in a long time. I only go up there rarely for my work, and so he had a few packs of this, and he said he'd sell me this for $10. I'm like, oh, okay, because that's probably a lot better than some people are selling it for. I could have bought a hobby pack for $12, 12 cards for $12 in a hobby pack, but I went for the 19 cards for $10. I know my chances of getting a big hit aren't as high in a retail pack, but I always like to buy something from this guy just because we're kind of from the same area, and he's a really nice guy to talk to as well. So I bought this from him for $10, and that brought my overall total, if I calculated it right, to $84 at the card show, which is a little bit higher than I've spent on some occasions, but man, it was so crazy in there, guys. There were so many people. That was the busiest I've ever seen it. And almost every single dealer I went to, I asked them how it was going, and they just shook their heads and like, I'm doing so well. This is the best I've ever done here. So, you know, I was kind of nervous going into it, but it almost was like so many people have been stuck inside for so long, and they've just been itching to get back to a show that now when a show did come back, there were people there I'd never seen before. And so it was awesome to see. It was just kind of hard to deal with, but it was awesome to see. All right, I want to put this on here. Here's the guy who puts on these shows, because I don't know if everyone knows about these. Coach Estes is his name. He's mainly based out of the St. Louis area. But if you're going to be in these areas, now I'm not probably going to be at all these shows, Paducah, Kentucky, which I've actually been to Paducah, Kentucky before, and it's a pretty nice place. Next weekend, he's going to be in Paducah, Kentucky. I know some of my viewers are in Tennessee, and some parts of Tennessee are kind of far from Paducah, but I might have some viewers in southern Illinois or in the St. Louis area or maybe in western Tennessee who might be able to make it to Paducah. There's going to be some shows in St. Louis coming up in September, one in Nashville. Now, this one has an asterisk by it because he's not actually running it, but he's just going to be a dealer there. But all the others he's kind of in charge of. Springfield, Missouri in October, and then the one that I went to today was in Columbia, Missouri. You can see there it's going to come back in October, and then it continues, kind of has a rotation, St. Louis, Paducah, Springfield, Columbia, and it kind of rotates. So they have a big show in St. Louis apparently in the spring, May 21 through 23rd. It got canceled obviously this past year, but go ahead and pause my video if you're interested and if you're in the area to go to the show, because you'll see some of the cool guys that I was able to meet at this card show. So I'm almost at 18 minutes there. Thank you so much for watching my channel, guys. I'm going to open up some of these packs in future videos later this week. I appreciate you coming along for the ride with me, and I hope you had an enjoyable experience seeing what I was able to pick up at the card show. So feel free to leave a comment and tell me what card you think I did the best on, which one you liked the best, or if you think I got a bad deal or a good deal on one. And I will catch you all in another video. Have a good one out there, guys.